Shall we begin?
Hey, good morning, Odd. Thanks for being here, dude. How do you like the new screen? So, this is kind of it going forward. I'm still going to shoot for... Let's start off the stream by just explaining kind of what's going on here. So, I played this game for the last couple of years. I've played mobile, online. So I'm offline just hanging out with friends in their streams. I'm just kind of like hanging out, playing this most of the time. I've really gotten into soccer or football for the last few years. Probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I really got into it. So where we're kind of at with it is, you know, I absolutely love it. What's going on, Jade? I appreciate you guys being here. So I thought, you know what? It's what I love. It's what I love to talk about. I think for sure, you know, we might go, you know, Tuesday nights, I still think for a while, and even maybe totally, I might still go Tuesday nights as like my horror streams or like with friends co-streams. I'm not going to completely like at the moment phase out Tuesdays. In at some point, if I think, you know, Football Manager's still like what I'm loving. Here, I'm going to move this a little bit. Then, you know, maybe you could see me go full time, just all 3 streams a week, Football Manager. But what's going on, Super? Happy Monday morning. It's really good to be here. I appreciate you guys supporting me and being a part of this transition. I got a new things. I made my own 2 very basic, cheap emotes. Those will probably change over time. We'll see what happens there. Again, we're just gonna have to play this one by ear. Oh, Nightbot doesn't like that. Okay, Nightbot. Well, it doesn't matter, guys. We'll have to. Nightbot's kind of a bitch sometimes. All right. Actually, I'm going to get rid of that real quick just because I don't want us to be sitting here and have that show up about a billion times. So let's get that off. Jeez, get that off the screen. Bye. Let's do this real quick. We're going to go Nightbot real fast. I'm also going to be playing some free royalty-free music in the background because this game doesn't have sound. I do like to talk a lot, which you guys know. So, I don't know if that's good or bad. But we can also, let's see what happens. All right. How's everybody? How were your weekends? Tell me about your day. What's going on with you guys? And gals, I should say. All right. So I do notice though, because I haven't streamed this in 2 years or a year and a half, something like that. It's kind of glitchy. It's kind of weird. You're still recovering. What do you do Saturday night, man? So anyway, the plan for now, Mondays and Fridays, I'm going to try to do Football Manager. You had a baseball banquet? Oh, nice. That's awesome. Next week, I don't think I'm going to get to stream Monday or Friday next week. My babysitters are on vacation starting this. I'm going to miss this Friday stream, next Monday, and next Friday. So basically, I'll get tomorrow night and next Tuesday. My babysitters are gone on vacation for about a week and a half. And so I've got no shot. I mean, I could try to stream with my kid in the background, but I don't really think that's fair to her. I don't want her just like stuck on her iPad for 2.5 hours. So, all right. So we're going to play this. We're going to go into it. So a little background. This game is really all about managing a football club, right? They have thousands of people all over the world. This is true. They have people all over the world watching players, the games, the coaches, how they coach. So when you go to try to find a player in Brazil or, I don't know, Japan or South Africa, they're real players. Now, 10 years in, 8 years in, like I'm 8 years into my managing of West Ham, which West Ham is my favorite team. This is an old West Ham, Thames Ironworks, right? West Ham doesn't normally wear this. This is an old version. But when you get 8 to 10 years in, of course, like the young guys, the 16, 17, 18-year-olds that you're trying to build into your team that are going to grow into these awesome stars are made up. But when you first start the game in your first few seasons, those 15, 16, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds are all real players across the world. So it's really cool. And Football Manager 23 comes out in November, which I'm really pumped for. They're making major changes. Well, some really cool changes. I've watched. So one of the people that I watch, the Football Manager person that I watch, his name is M Breezy. What's up, Purple? M Breezy FM, right? He's got an underscore M_Breezy FM. What are you doing, Purple? And so, I'm going to try to meet some new Football Manager people, but he was saying that there's some good stuff coming out and some stuff he's not super pumped about. Oh, Yosuke! Thank you, Yosuke. Happy Monday night for you. How was your Monday? You sparkly bastard. You guys are awesome. Let me put some music on. This is just basic royalty-free music that I thought would be nice to have in the background in a silent game. Mondays are rarely good? Okay. And let me know if that's like too loud or distracting for you guys. I like it. So basically, for me right now, they're working on multiple things. So the first thing they're doing, which you guys don't really know about because you're not really into this game yet, but football licenses, which means teams and leagues and stuff or even competitions, they get the licenses to use their images and their logos and all that stuff. So I did not change. What? Who's changing the name? Super didn't change their name. Oh yeah, no problem, Yosuke. So they're going to be working on the two big teams are Juventus, which is from Serie A, which is the Italian league. They were always called Zebra in the game. And then Man City, which is like the best team. I hear that they're number one still in my 8th season. And then they're doing all the championships. So Champions Cup, UEFA. So the Champions Cup, the Euro Cup, they're revamping like all the graphics to that and all the branding and all that kind of stuff. So that'd be cool. And then other things that you guys don't know about, again, like the recruiting and all this stuff. So we'll go through it. What I love about this game, though, that you guys will learn from me is, so this is my squad right here. So some of these guys are really good, are real players. So I took a midget and I renamed Super Sparkly Bastard. He is, though. He is amazing. You guys are all, by the way, I think everyone in here right now, you're all streamers, you're all friends. So if for some reason, every name I've seen pop up so far, if you guys are not following each other, I'd be shocked, but you should, because you're all pretty awesome people. So, but what I do is I take like this guy, like I've got 18, 19, 20, 21 year olds, so many of them. Now, I took a team, so West Ham is my favorite team. They are usually mid-table, which means they're not usually at the top, they're not at the bottom. Being relegated means you go down a league and you don't get to play with the big guys anymore. So, it's usually a mid-level team. I've brought this team up to being a top 4 team every year, and you can see these values of these players are like insane. Jade does not stream, and Jade, you probably should, because people love you. So, the only older guys, seriously, Joshua Kimmich, and he's a real player. He's like 33 or 34 now, 33, and then Declan Rice I kept around, and I had to spend a lot of money to keep him on my team. So he is currently still West Ham's like best player, although Gianluca Scamacca is my favorite. It is not a fantasy draft. So what you do, you can do a fantasy draft, Yosuke. What it is what I'll do at the beginning of a game. So in November when Football Manager 23 comes out, I'm going to do like a randomizer, right? And I'm just going to pick a team from, like here, I'm going to do this really simple. Competitions, okay? Let's go back to homepage. Let's see if I can do, where is it? Where am I going here? It's not my inbox, I don't think. Oh, Leagues in Focus. Here we go. So, yeah, this is all about running a football club. And each club is different, right? You can either have a club that has a ton of money, one that has hardly any money. Do they like defensive gameplay? Do they like flashy attacking? You know, you have to keep the management happy, the owners of the club, and you have to keep the fans happy, and you have to keep your players happy. Are you paying them enough? Are you playing them as much as you promise? Like, you have promises in this game that you make to players, and if you don't keep your promise, they get ticked and they want to leave. It's crazy. I just host my favorite streamers hosting it. Thank you, Jade. Thank you for the host. You know, I need to get better TTV so I can see hosts, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Must be Dubsky because Teddy's on top. Oh, shit. So, the EPL, English Premier League, Serie A, the Spanish First League, Liga 1 is France down here. This is France's top league. So, England's top league, Italian's top league, Spain's top league, and down here is France's top league, right? Then you have the second tier, which is like, this is England's second best league. So these guys are all fighting. Those top teams right there, if they win, they get moved up into the English Premier League. But if you get relegated, these three down here, these red three, I forgot three, these top three go up. These bottom three, if they stay that way at the end of the season, they go back down, which means less money. Your players don't want to be down there. So the players, the higher you get in a league, so my team's gotten better. So I used to be like 8th or 10th right here. Now that I'm up in the 3rd and 4th all the time, I get better players because they want to play for a better team. And if you're up here, you get into better competitions like the Champions League and things like that. So there's a lot to it. And again, it's hard because you want to get this young stud in, but they want to be a star. Well, you already have a star on your team. How do you make promises that you can keep without ticking them off and making them want to leave? And sometimes you think you're doing a good job and they still get ticked off, or you make a really good play. Like I had my favorite player, who is West Ham, Gianluca Scamacca, who I've been posting in my Discord. He wasn't on the team for West Ham at the start of this game, so I got him, And in the first year, he scored like 35 goals for me. He's like 6'5", just a stud. And then Paris, the best team down here for Paris, for France, paid like $133 million and took him from me. But they'll even say to you, you have this interaction like, PSG just showed up with that. I want to go play for them because at the time I wasn't up in third or fourth. I was down in like eighth, and they're like, well, I want to go play for a good team. And so you like almost. You can make them stay, but then they become really unhappy, and it ruins your clubhouse, like your whole team dynamic and your chemistry. So all of that plays into this game. So it's actually super, super in-depth, and they keep trying to make more changes. So I know, again, I'm talking a lot. This isn't going to be the game for everyone. I obviously have a passion for it. So you have press conferences. So I've got a match coming up, or I just finished one. I can't remember where I left off with this one. Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. It is. It's about statistics. It's about, and then you set up your formations. Again, like I'll show you. Like I set up my team the way I want. Some teams play 4 just in front of the goalie, and then 4 in front, and then only 1 up front. To be a striker. Some like me, I do 4 in the back, 2 midfielders. And then I've got 2 wingers and 2 strikers because that's what I like. I like to be much more aggressive on my attacking. So there's just different strategies depending on who you're playing and all sorts of things. It's crazy. So some of these things I'm just going to fly through. I'm not going to read all these because what you find out about this game is the more you play it, a lot of these conversations are the same over and over again. And you're just like click, 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 click. And there's no reason to read through them all the time. A lot of times they ask about, are you mad about the refs, or are you mad about this, or how do people play? And it's just like, yeah. You're going back here. Let me see. Let's see. Let me check the Discord. See what you sent me. Oh, dude. Sorry, got too much going on. Oh, is that what you got? I'm not gonna say anything more than that. Is that the one? Oops. That's awesome if it is, man. That is awesome if it is. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't know. Very cool. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. So I like possession football. And I like attacking football, if possible, right? There's some teams that are still, like... The weird thing is, on paper, my team is stacked. Like, I've got 4 stars, like, all the way down. Some 5 stars. And I still will, like, play a team and just get completely annihilated. And I don't understand why. Yeah, he's been magnificent. And they always, like, want to get you into, like, a discussion. Like, oh, are you happy with this? So, okay, so here, you saw my squad. Then you can set up tactics for me is how I lay out my team, right? So I technically have 3 strikers. This Peters is supposed to be a striker as well, but I have him playing as a right winger. And then I've got these 2 playing well together. Kimmich and Betancourt are actually both supposed to be midfielders, but I try to get guys who are very versatile. So like if I click on Kimmich, for example, you can see all the positions he can play. He basically can play 6 or 7 really well, and he's got a few that he's just average at. But this dude is so versatile for me. I can play him almost anywhere, and he kicks like major ass. So, and the reason why his value looks so low is because he's getting old. So it depends on the team, Yosuke. So there's not really... I don't know. There is a financial, like... rules thing, and there's like tax hits if you don't hit a certain threshold, I guess. But your owners make a significant difference in this game. So West Ham, for example, when I took over, was a stable team, a pretty decent team, had a decent financial situation. What I had to do was I sold some of the best players on the team. I sold I forgot to turn that off. 1 second. Let me turn that off. I want to turn that off so that doesn't keep popping up. Timers. Why is Throne not working? Disable. That's all good. You are disabled, Throne. Anyway, so I sold like some of the best players on the team, or they were the highest valued, right? Doesn't always mean that they're the best in the world. They just happen to be valued decently high. And so I would sell them for really high, and I was buying a lot of young kids that you'd see when you scout, it'll show like you see the stars. You see ability over here and then potential. It's kind of hard to see with my Halloween stuff. Here, I'll move the Halloween stuff up a little bit. There we go. So in soccer, it's different than like baseball or football, like American football or basketball, where you have free agents and you can just trade, right? In world football, the club basically owns them for their contract, right? So if I want that player, not only do I have to have them interested in me, I have to pay the club what they value the player at. So I might want this guy, Jeff Vandenbroek, right? My goalie. He's only a 2-star, but you see his ability as a potential 4-star, right? Well, my team values him at $78 to $85 million. So I have to, if somebody wants him from me, I'm not going to sell him for less. Well, I could, right? I could sell him for $50 million or something, but the goal is if I want, let's say I want him actually, let's go this way. If I want him from another team, I have to give them probably $85 million. And then I also have to still come up with a contract for him. And I think you can max at 5 years for contracts. But you have finances that you have to pay attention to. So here's my transfer budget. I have $21.5 million left. My payroll's $248 million. When I started with West Ham, it was 170 maybe. So I've almost added $100 million in payroll, but I'm earning a lot more with my competition placements and all that stuff. And I've made a lot of money based on all the sales I've made off of my players. So I used to have to buy a player for like 10 million, 15 million. Now I'm buying $100 million players because I've been making so much more money. What's up, Ian? I'm reporting from the After Hours Coalition. There are rumors swirling that you signed 2 of the ghosts from Faz and actual Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso. Could I? Ted and I have been talking because we're both Teds, and we're working on management ideas for him. But, what's up, Ian? Oh, neither can I. So, anyway, and then you have like competitions, right? So, this is the best. So, you have your own league competition, and then you have big ones. So, this is the European Champions Cup. This is where all the players want to play in this competition. The best players in the world want to be part of the Champions Cup. And then these two, English FA and the Caribou Cup, are English competitions. They're not that great. But let's say if I get top 4, I stay right here. If I get 5th, 6th, or 7th, I end up in a different called the Euros. It's not the Champions Cup. It's still the Euro Cup. And then I think there's a Euro 2 Cup as well. Anyway, so what I'm kind of hoping on when Football Manager 23 comes out, I want to start with a lower squad, maybe one of those champions. Sorry, I'm talking real loud. Maybe one of those champions squads, the lower level to the English Premier League, or instead of Serie A, maybe Serie B in Italy, and then try to work my way up to Serie A or the EPL, and then work my way up to these Champions Cups. Like, I think that's really fun. I like to build teams. Where I'm at right now with West Ham, with my squad being, like, if I go to reports, like, I'll show you. You could see, like, look at how I've got so much talent, right? What I'm struggling with is why we're not beating some of these guys. Like, I haven't won the EPL yet. So this is my 8th season. I kind of feel like I'm in a do or die season with my team. And I think if I don't win this year or next year, they'll probably be like, you got to move along. But you have, here, I'll show you. You also have, a club vision, right? So this is, you have to agree to all these things with the bosses who run your team. So I have agreed to play attacking soccer. I do possession soccer, high tempo. I'm keeping our finances good, so they're happy about that. I've made it to the best competition. We're doing pretty well here. So that's what they want you to keep doing. And then they will give you feedback on, do they like the signings that you've made? Are they okay with the people you've let go? Oh, they're really ticked off I lost to PSG. And it's like, F off. You know, whatever. So off we go. Let's see where we're going. So we got Aston Villa coming up. Aston Villa's down here. So the next few matches, so we have, and then you have transfer windows. That's the other, Yosuke, there's transfer windows. So you can't just buy and sell people all the time. You have a window in the summer and in the winter. January, I think 2 or 3 weeks in January, and like 3 or 4 or even 6 weeks. I can't remember how long. It's actually a lot longer in the summer. But you have a certain window that you're allowed to buy and sell players, and you can't, once you hit that deadline, that's your team until the next transfer window. Let's see here. So these type of things, like having Liverpool tie Nottingham Forest, is really big for us. So we are currently still 7. Well, if we win our next match, we'll only be 4 points behind Man City for the top of the league. So, but anyway, I don't know. They're supposed to be updating the graphics, the AI, how the players play with each other, like the motions, you know, hitting the balls off their chests and which way it comes off their foot. What else did they say? They're adding some of the tactics. So when you go to, anyway, there's like tactics that you can break down. Do you want higher line of engagement, lower line of engagement? Do you want to keep people in or outside? It's like your defensive structure and your attacking structure. So that's cool. So we'll see. But I actually got really lucky. I was able to, for the first time ever, like I sat and watched 5 full matches this weekend. I watched 3 on Saturday and 2 yesterday. So it was awesome. And of course, I was, watch my West Ham. So this is where sometimes there's a lot of use suggestions in this game. And because I'm still kind of newer to it, I've been watching soccer for, 5 or 6 years now, but I'm newer to the game. So I'm only like a year and a half or 2 years into playing this game. I still don't know if other people do it, but I'll show you when we get to a match here with Aston Villa, it will recommend players to start and sit. It will recommend some change to some of your tactics maybe. And sometimes I follow it and sometimes then I don't. I'm not really sure who does and who doesn't on a regular basis. So, okay, Crystal Palace is still playing well. And where's Southampton? They're down here. Oh, but they played Watford. Nobody cares. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if any of you guys, probably none of you really, that are my friends from streaming between horror and indie games, sit and watch football matches. But it was like a really, really good weekend. Abraham, what's going on? It was a really, really good weekend. And I only got to watch the EPL. So if anybody stops in and is fans of, the Bundesliga in Germany, La Liga in Spain, or League One in France, or Serie A in Italy, and you want to talk about it, teach me about your team, all that kind of stuff. We'll see how it goes. But they're also reworking. What's up? How you doing, Fluff? But yeah, I sat there. I watched so much soccer this weekend, and they were such good matches. The first one was the first morning, Saturday morning, was a really big match between Arsenal and Tottenham, and it was like the first half was just so much fun to watch, and the second half, Tottenham like basically looked like they didn't show up. And then you get yellow cards and red cards in soccer, and one of the guys got a red card, which means he had to be kicked off, and nobody gets to replace him. So Tottenham went down to 10 guys, and they just looked flat in the second half. So we'll just go into this to look at this. So sometimes, I don't do these all the time. They're reworking this whole structure too. You watch a bunch of football, didn't you? American football, Fluff. Oh, guys, thank you for being here. Happy Monday morning, by the way. All right, so some of the stuff I'm not going to talk through all this stuff. I'm probably going to fly through a lot of stuff like playing time changes. I'm not going to change Declan Rice, who's like been a stud for the club for 10 years, into no problem. Thanks for the lurk. You have it DVR'd? Okay. Into a regular starter. He is a regular starter, but he's been a fan favorite for a long time. So that's the stuff like the game recommends where you're like, nah. Oh, Sunday Night Football was yesterday. Yes, it was, wasn't it? Okay. I will send these guys up to the under 23s because I don't really care about them that much. I'm just hoping they start to develop a little bit better. All right, we're just going to move on now. Move on. All right. See ya. All right, let's get to our first match here. We got quite a few here, so the goal for me is I'm going to play. I hope we go up like 2 or 3 goals, and I can take my good players out for the next match to play Norwich. And again, I'm not going to assign that dude. Whatever. You get to a point where my guys are so good that unless you get like a world-class wonder kid as like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, the guys coming up through my system just aren't good enough to even pay attention to. So selection advice, I could use that squad and bring them in. I'm going to keep mine the way it was. All right. Costa was, Jose Leon. He's going to be really good. I'm trying to get him into a defensive left back rather than they have him as a natural, like as an attacking winger. He could play up there, but I've got Jadon Sancho and Matos. All right, so we attend most of these, like I said. Jay, do you watch a lot of football? Who do you root for? The Packers. My goodness. How did they play yesterday? See, they're trying to get me into trying to get me into a little fight here. Oh, really? Oh, sweet. Wow, that's good for you guys. I didn't get to watch any because I watched soccer in the morning and then I was doing stuff around the house and I went shopping. I swear I went to the store for like 2 hours yesterday. I was telling people in my Discord like we were out of like everything, and so I just felt like, man, we just spent so much time at Meyer. All right, here we go. So we're heading into this one. But I did see my Lions lost again. Last night's game was awful. I hate Mahomes and Brady so much. I don't know much about Mahomes. I know he's a really good ball player. I don't really watch him. I've always hated Tom Brady, sadly. So here's what I was talking about. So here's my match day. So I almost always do this opposition instructions. I think that it's always worked for me to do that. I kind of follow some of these, but I rarely do this. But I'm wondering if anyone who ever shows up in here who plays Football Manager all the time does these a lot, or if they just constantly make their own decisions. I lean on the game sometimes. Last night game was awful. Oh, yeah, you said that. Oh, let's see. Okay, so we're going to play attacking because we're playing not a great team. Not attacking. I'm going to do positive, which means we're trying to play on our front foot, which means pushing a little bit more forward. All right, we want some guys in here. The hard thing is when you start getting all this talent, like this Doyle is actually really good. He's only 3 stars, but I paid like 80-something million for him, and I just have so many other guys playing the way my team filtered in. Hey, what's going on, Wave? Welcome in. He's really... And Rooney, both these guys should be 4 or 5 stars. I just don't play them enough. So what the game does is the game will take somebody who probably should be a 4 or 4.5 star, and if you don't play them enough, it starts to pull them back. Why are these Nightbots not working? Is that song okay? Or is it too loud for you guys? Is the music too loud in the background? I just thought it'd be nice to have some music in the background. So these guys are actually a lot better than their stars say. So that's where you really gotta... I could get rid of them, but why? You know, this guy is actually really talented. I just have a guy here who's even better, and I have a guy here who's even better. And so these young kids with all this talent just kind of sit around. What's going on, Kayla? Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Enjoy work today. Man, I already had coffee, guys, so I'm like on water, which is fine. Normally I do coffee, but I've been getting up so early. I get up at 6 a.m. with my girls now. All right, so we're just going to head in with this. Again, I hope we go up by 2 or 3 goals in the first half so then I can put in some replacements and save our legs for the big game in 2 games. Yeah, the big game, in 2 days. Say my words right, man. All right. This is the other thing that bothers me. A lot of times these assistant recommendations, sometimes they work and sometimes they're just way off. We'll try it. We'll try this one this time. That one worked. All right. Jeez. Come on. Oh, my goodness. Mood in the locker room is great. We're ready. Let's go. Dude, Ryan, thank you so much. All right, so we got this thing going. We've got, so here's where you can see like stats, and you can also do like shout outs like this. So I can encourage my team, try to pump them up to maybe push forward. So, cause right now we've got like no stats. It's really early in the match, but you got like nothing going on the right so far. We're 7 minutes in, and we're not seeing like a whole lot of changes. I've got the table over here. I got my head in the way of a lot of it because it doesn't really matter. And then over here, you can see the condition of the players and their rating on how they're playing. I don't know why it's going so slowly. I might have to restart my computer next time. Because it normally doesn't stutter like this when I play soccer. Anyway, that's okay. We'll watch it anyway. So I have it set. So you can set it where you see a bunch of things happen. I have it set so it's only potential goal scoring. Yeah, we're going to have to mess with this. I wonder if the settings with streaming. Kev, what's going on? I haven't streamed this in like a year and a half or so. So I'm not sure if that's the issue, is that there's too much going on with the graphics and stuff. Because normally this is flying. It's going really slowly actually right now. So I'm wondering what's going on with this. If anybody has ever streamed this, let me know. Yeah, I can't figure out where all these spiders came from. I figure, you know, what the heck? It's only October once a year. So, yeah, this is going really, really slowly. It's actually causing issues with my music, too. I hope I'm not... I had one water cooler go out already last year. I hope another one's not going out and causing my computer to overheat. Because this is normally what happens when your computer's overheating. I could technically restart. It would take 2 seconds to restart. I just don't want to restart the stream and all that. But it might be better to do. If I'm going to play for another 2 hours, I don't really want to have my eyes messed with for 2 hours. I got some guys getting tired, but it's first half. We're not scoring, so this is disappointing. So I wanted us to... We got possession... We're doing okay passing. I'm actually disappointed. Normally we're like closer to 90-something%. We're getting shots on goal a little bit, but we're just not scoring. I was really hoping we'd have some goals before half. Yeah. Oh, okay. There's a goal. Corsini. So he's, again, I'll show you the ages of my players. I've got, most of my guys are in their teens to early 20s, maybe 23, 24 and under. Let's freaking get 1 goal in. We'll play this match. We'll see. I might restart. Which, again, you never really want to do. But we're humans. Oh, we are going to get a couple goals in. Sweet! So Betancourt is normally like a midfielder, but I have him playing him as a defensive center back. All right. Yeah, we'll get through this game. I'm probably going to do a really fast restart, guys. which I know isn't always fun, but we'll do it. All right. So it's me. Hey, you're doing brilliantly. Good job. I just move along. We'll probably go to about the 60th minute. A big change in English soccer is you could only make 3 subs in a match. And this year they changed to 5, which is what a lot of the world is doing because of all the competitions and people getting tired and hurt. So a lot of the world has changed to 5 subs in a match, which is going to take some getting used to, which is actually, I think, helps me because when I play this game, I'm always like, man, I wish I could sub more guys out. All right, we're up. So we're up by 3. I've got a couple of guys. We're not in the red yet, but again, let's save some legs for the next few matches. So let's get some guys who need some more time in here, who deserve a little love in their... Oh, yeah, let's get these guys in. So we'll get Doyle in. This Lewis is supposed to be a stud. I really should play him. But let's take... I want Sancho to have his legs for the next day. Let's throw Delap in this time. All right. So those are my 3 subs. I can't make any more subs. So if someone gets hurt, I'm going to be down a guy. But that's just part of the gamble you take sometimes. You can see we're already up. Oh, we're going to be close. If Man City, did Man City lose? Man City lost. Oh, that's huge. That's huge for our efforts this year. I don't have any hardware. I need some trophies. Yeah, we're definitely restarting this, guys. So after this, give me like literally 3 minutes. I'm gonna restart my computer. Boom, I'll be up and going and back live in a couple minutes. And if it happens again, I'm just gonna have to figure out if there's something that I need to learn how to adjust with Football Manager. How's your weekend, Kev? Sounds like you had a good time. I know. Except for, it looked like Iowa lost, Michigan State lost, Chicky, Oklahoma lost. Man, oof. Ouch. Yes, we're still at 4-1. Yeah, it looks like, so for me, that's good. So that means if I win another match, I could be at 42 points. I could be 1 behind Man City. It was good, but semi-relaxed until Monday came back to say, I know, right? The crazy thing is, like, the next week and a half for me is going to be so tough. I'm not going to be able to stream during the days. I'm not going to be able to go travel for work. I hate when babysitters take vacations, and I know they have to, right? It's a job just like everyone else's, but man, it throws a wrench into everything I'm doing. Okay, we're almost done. We're going to win maybe 5-1. Get it. Oh, Delap, come on. Yeah, this is frustrating me. Come on. Maybe I'll just keep music off, too. I don't know if the music is making a big difference or not. Let's turn the music off. I doubt that's going to make any difference, to be quite honest. All right. Play, please. Yeah, it's not doing anything, so it's got to be... I just got to restart my computer. I hope there's not like an update I missed. So my subs are we got guys over here. Come on now. The cool thing I think about a game like this, at least for me, is I like the longevity. I love to see, like, I used to, even when I would play like MLB The Show or Madden or NCAA, even though I had fun playing the games, I almost always got sucked into running the teams and the management side of it. And I love to like see that those career statistics, the wins compared to losses, the trophies, like all that stuff. Dude, whew, good thing you scored on that. That rebound was good. Jeez, yeah, that that was better than the penalty shot. All right, so and then like what I also like is even though like over time these become fake players if you play for 20 years, but like I feel you almost feel like they really are your players and you get to know them and it's really weird. But like I don't know, I love it. All right, nice work everyone. Okay, we're gonna save, guys. Please, if anyone will hang on for like 5 minutes, let me restart, please, and we will be right back. I hate restarting streams, but we're gonna do it. Save. All right, guys. Be back in 5 minutes tops. 3, hopefully. All right. See ya.